keep my hands to myself.
This is the story of a boy named Juanito Cabrera, who was born in a very humble neighborhood of his country. Juanito was an only child and was raised by his mother since his father left when he was just a baby. Although he grew up in a place where violence and insecurity was seen almost daily, but Juanito was very respectful, responsible, kind, and always had a smile on his face. He was a happy child. By the way, there were three important things in his life: God, his mother, and the soccer, who was his favorite sport. First, God, for giving him such an incredible mother. Second, his mother, because of her unconditional love, and also she was his greatest inspiration. And third, the soccer, because his ball became for him like his best friend. Each day, when he arrived from school, the first thing he did was give his mother a kiss and then go to play soccer at the street with his friends. As he was growing up, his skills and techniques improved, and if he had an opportunity to represent his neighborhood, he did it. So he did it so well that Juanito soon became the most outstanding thanks to his discipline and commitment. This led him to win several medals and trophies. He was so good that every time more people noticed him and his talent, many admired him, seeing as someone so young was so skillful to. But as there were those who admired him, there were also those who envied him. Many of them told him that he was nobody and that the others wanted him out of pity. And he needs to forget his dream of being a great star of soccer and to represent his country abroad, because that dream would never be fulfilled. Sometimes Juanito felt sad and doubted about his dream, and he started to think that perhaps everything they said was true, and it was only that, a dream. He became so discouraged that one day, doing what he loved most, he suffered an injury, which forced him to be in the hospital for a few weeks. During that time, Juanito was about to give up, felt that nothing made sense and that it was not worth fighting for something impossible. But his mother reminded him every day that he was able to get very far, but to do it, he had to trust himself and not listen to the negative comments of the jealous people, because those are the ones who will never achieve success. That night, Juanito did nothing more than think on his mother's words. So, the next day, he thanked God because not everyone is lucky enough to have someone to help them not lose their way. After recovering, he returned to play as he had never done before, trained very hard, and left his heart on the field. His teammates and friends were glad to see him more motivated than ever, especially his mother, who was always by his side. After a month, Juanito received a call that would change his life completely. It was Mr. Quintero, the manager of the national soccer team, who said that he had been trying to contact him for a long time, but he had only been able to see videos through social networks posted by Juanito's teammates, where showed his talent and confessed that watching him play was like magic. So he proposed to Juanito to be part of his team. But before, he needed to meet him and see the magic personally. Juanito couldn't believe it, and he also doubted about the proposal. But finally he said, "Of course, yes, Mr. Quintero." At the end of the conversation, the first thing he did was tell his mother, who with tears in her eyes and a big smile, hugged him and said, "I knew that you would achieve it." That's how Juanito became the great soccer star of his country. He was the example of many children. He never stopped being humble, and also he discovered by itself that if you fight for your dreams, they will come true.